Breaking news alert. Iran has refused to comply with all of America's demands, and now the situation is reaching a critical point. The United States, having already made its position clear on Iran's nuclear ambitions, is prepared for a military response. In light of this, Iran has issued a nationwide alert, signaling its readiness for the possibility of conflict. With tensions running high, both countries have taken steps to escalate the situation. The United States has been rapidly mobilizing its military forces, deploying fleets of warships, fighter jets, and positioning troops in key regions, all within striking distance of Iran. On the other hand, Iran has strengthened its defenses, with its military units on high alert, ready for retaliation. Iran's leaders have made it abundantly clear that if attacked, they will respond with overwhelming force, potentially triggering a broader regional conflict. This is not just a confrontation between two nations. The repercussions could be felt globally, particularly in the Middle East. The world is watching closely as these two superpowers approach the brink of war, and the potential consequences of such a conflict are unimaginable. The United Nations and other international actors have called for immediate diplomatic efforts to de-escalate the situation, but with both sides showing little willingness to back down, the risk of war remains incredibly high. The global economy, particularly the oil market, could be severely impacted and trade routes could be disrupted. As we continue to monitor this unfolding crisis, one thing is certain: the world is on the edge, and the next few days could determine the fate of not only the United States and Iran, but the entire international community. Breaking news: Iran has rejected all of America's demands, and now the U.S. is on the verge of launching an attack. With tensions escalating, the U.S. has begun mobilizing its military forces, positioning warships, fighter jets, and troops close to Iranian borders. In response, Iran has issued a nationwide alert, signaling its readiness for conflict. The Iranian leadership has made it clear, if attacked, they will retaliate with full force. This conflict, should it break out, will not only affect the U.S. and Iran, but could have dire global consequences, particularly for the Middle East. The world is watching closely as both nations seem locked in a dangerous standoff. The United Nations and other global entities are pushing for diplomatic intervention, but with both sides steadfast in their positions, the risk of war looms large. If war does erupt, oil prices will spike and trade routes in the region will be disrupted, causing a ripple effect on the global economy. As the situation continues to unfold, the coming days will determine the future of U.S.-Iran relations and the peace of the entire international community.